close this, and unhide my screen. اوكي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. هدف اللايف هاد انه اكمل حل recommended problems. فمن امس تركنا سؤال هدول الاسئلة الاربعة، فراح احلهم اليوم. and I'll solve 5.4 and 5.6 اللي هم السبرينج problems. بس راح نختار السبرينج، اذا في شغلة تانية غير السبرينج او just skip them. فبسم الله توكلت على الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. We start with problem 32. خلينا نفتح PowerPoint. Okay. Problem 32 is here. So IVP, initial value problem. بس أتأكد إذا الصوت شغال ولا لا. الصورة أوكي. أول شي راح نطلع على ال associated homogeneous differential equation. ف y double prime plus 4y prime minus 5y equals، بدل هاي أحط 0. هاي صارت اسمها homogeneous. بعدين ال auxiliary، ف r squared plus 4r minus 5 equals 0. بعدين تفتح حالتك الجميلة، تحط ال coefficients 1 4 negative 5 you get 1 and negative 5. إذن r1 equals 1 r2 equals negative 5. هدول distinct. فال solution لل homogeneous differential equation is e to the rx. ف y1 راح تستخدم أول r، ف e أس 1x، ف e أس x. and y2 is e تستخدم تاني واحدة اللي هي negative 5، negative 5x. second. yep. بعدين ال yc بتطلع معك هون هاي linear combination. so c1 e أس x plus c2 e أس negative 5x. بعدين راح نطلع ال yp ال particular solution. هون عندي exponential، فأخلي نفس ال exponential بس أضرب ب constant arbitrary constant. ف a e power 3x. ف يب. بعدين أجيب الديريفاتيف، ف 3a e 3x. مرة تانية ديريفاتيف، ف 9a e 3x. هلا أعوض في ال differential equation. ف 9a e 3x plus 4 times 3 is 12a e 3x minus 5 times a، يب يعني 5a e 3x. كل هالكلام لازم يساوي لي 8e 3x. تأكد. اوكي 100. هلا 9a I will match the coefficients. ف 9a plus 12a minus 5a should equal to 8. فهون عندي 9 plus 12 minus 5 16a equals 8. إذن a equals half. Divide by 16 is half. اوكي. اذا yp equals طلعنا ال a بهاف so it's half e power 3x. هلا ال yx اللي هي yc plus yp معناته نستخدم yc هون c1e power x plus c2e power negative x بعدين ال yp plus half es 3x. بعدين نجي نستخدم يعني هلا أنا إلى الآن ما حكيت شيء جديد، كله كنا عم نسويه من زمان. الشيء الجديد هون إنه معطينا initial values فنستخدمهم عشان نطلع C1 و C2 لأنه هن arbitrary constants فلازم نطلعهم. I will create another slide وبكتب ال values initial values 0 5 و 0 0 اوكي. so 0 5 و 0 0 اوكي. تأكد ايوه. فهون راح احط 5 equals es 0 is 1 so c1 plus es 0 is 1 so c2 plus half es 0 is 1 so c1 plus c2 plus half ودي الهاف للطرف الثاني بتصير عندك 4.5 بس how to write this in fractions 5 minus 9 over 2 9 over 2 equals c1 plus c2 اوكي. يعني c1 equals 9 over 2 minus c2. هلا استخدمت هاي أول وحدة راح استخدم الثانية بس أنا هون ما عندي y prime فمنجيب y prime عشان نستخدمها. ف y prime of x equals c1 ex minus 5 c2 e negative 5x يب plus 3 over 2 e power 3x. بعدين هذا صار عندي y prime ال y prime equal 0 when x is equal to 0 فمنعوض 0 equal e to the power of 0 is 1 so c1 minus 5 e to the power of 0 is 1 so 5 minus 5 c2 plus e to the power of 0 is 1 so 3 over 2 هلا ايش بنقدر نسوي؟ بنقول انه 5 c2 equals c1 plus 3 over 2 and instead of c1 we can substitute 9 over 2 minus c2 so 5 c2 equals 9 over 2 minus c2 plus 3 over 2 9 over 2 plus 3 over 2 is 6 so 5 c2 equals 6 minus c2 ودي c2 للطرف الثاني بتصير 6 c2 equals 6 ف c2 equals 1 تجي هون بتعوض c1 equals 9 over 2 minus we know the value of c2 it's 1 so c1 equals 9 over 2 minus 1 7 over 2 فهلا طلعنا c1 و c2 من ال initial values. هلا نكتب هاي بس اللهم بنعوض بدل ال c1 وال c2 ال known values اللي طلعناهم so y of x is equal to c1 is 7 over 2 e to the power of x plus c2 is 1 ف e to the negative 5x plus half e to the 3x بس نشيك اوكي طلع ال auxiliary لل associated homogeneous differential equation. طلعناه C1 e to the power of x, C2 e to the power of negative 5x, and yp a times e to the 3x. طلع ال a بhalf نفس ما سوينا. The final answer is 7 over 2 e to the power of x plus e to the negative 5x plus half e to the 3x. اوكي فخلصنا هيك من question 32. نجي على 34. نفس الشيء هون راح اكتب ال associated homogeneous differential equation. so بدل cosine x I'll write 0. بعدين ال auxiliary r squared plus 1 equals 0. بعدين آلتك الحاسبة الجميلة 922 101 I and negative I. ف r equals plus minus I. فهي complex it's case 3. ف y1 equals هون عندي 0 plus 1i. ف e to the power of 0x is 1. فأوكي راح أكتبها 0x cosine x and y2 is e to the power of 0x sine 1x. يعني e to the power of 0 is 1, so cosine x and sine x. بعدين yc equals a linear combination of these two. So c1 cosine x plus c2 sine x. بعدين ال yp equals نطلع الفورم تبع ال f of x. هون عندي cosine x ف الجنرال فورم راح يكون a cosine x plus b sine x. a cosine x صح. بعدين derive هون sine cosine cosine negative sine ف negative a sine x. وبعدين هون b cosine x. كمان مرة prime sine cosine إذا negative a cosine x. وهون cosine معناتها negative sine sine cosine cosine negative sine إذا negative b sine x. بعدين أعوض هون ف y double prime plus y all of this should equal to cosine 1 cosine x. فهلا I match the coefficients of sine عفوا cosine. هي cosine وهي cosine إذا negative a plus a should equal to لا wait what oh yeah okay my bad oops نسيت أشيك على شغلة مهمة. I have to check for alpha plus beta I حتى ما طلع معي solution. علقت هون لأنه ما طلع معي solution. ف what's alpha plus beta I هون؟ it's 1i الكونستنت المضروب في الانجل تبعت الكوساين is 1 so 1i 1i is one of the solutions to the auxiliary equation. So I have to multiply all of this by x to the power of 1. ف y of p راح تكون ax cosine x plus bx sin x. هيك صح. So y prime is هلا هون product rule. Let's call this f and let's call this g. So f prime is a times g plus sin cosine cosine negative sin. إذا في هون minus فminus ax sin of x. تأكد a cosine x minus sin ففي minus هون ax sin x. ممتاز. plus هي نفس الشي. So b sin x plus bx cosine x. أيوة. أوكي. كمان مرة derivative a cosine x negative a sin x. هون okay, question is long. Negative a sin x. Let's call this f and g. So minus parentheses a sin x plus a sin x plus ax cosine x plus derivative of sine is cosine, so b cosine x plus, again this is f, this is g, so plus b cosine x plus b cosine x plus أو minus لأنه فيهم negative sign ف minus bx sin x. ممتاز. هلا هون I can ما راح أضرب مرة تانية، ما راح أكتبها مرة تانية so I'll distribute the negative is minus. ممتاز. هلا I substitute in the differential equation. okay, ف ناخذ ال y double prime plus y okay, all of this should equal to 1 cosine x. فهلا we match the coefficients. I might need another slide, so we'll do so. Okay. عندي هون cosine x فلازم ادور هون cosine x sin هي cosine بس it has an x here so هاي بدي اياها وهاي بدي اياها بس. إذن ال coefficients b plus b equals 1 ف 2b equals 1 إذن b equals half. هلا بدي match the coefficients here so wait these cancels minus ax plus ax cosine x and this cancels as well bx minus bx. okay, so we match these two signs on So minus A equals, we look at the right hand side, we don't have sign. So the coefficient of sign is 0. فنيجاتيف 2A equals 0. إذن A equals 0. بس. Okay. We write the YP with A and B. So take this. أو خلاص يعني مشكلة. So A is 0. Okay, whatever. A is 0. It will cancel the cosine term. We get only the sine term. So half x sine x. أتأكد. البي عندي half, so half x sine x. 100 وال A 0, so it will cancel this term. هلا we write the full general solution. So yc plus yp. yc نسرقها من هون. Okay. And yp okay plus okay. هلا بدي استخدم ال initial conditions y0 equals 1 and y0 negative 1. Okay. So y0 equals 1 and y prime 0 equals negative 1. Yep. Okay. ممتاز. إذن هون when x is 0 y is 1. So 1 equals x is 0, so cosine of 0 is 1, so c1. Sine of 0 is 0, so this term will cancel. And sine of 0 is 0, so this term will cancel. So we get c1 equals 1. Now I have to differentiate to use this initial condition. So we differentiate yx. So negative c1 sine x plus c2 cosine x, and this involves the product rule. So let's call this f, let's call this g, plus half sine x plus half x cosine x. هلا هون negative 1 equals sine of 0 will cancel this term. Cosine of 0 is 1, so c2 plus this term will cancel. Sine of 0 is equal to 0. This term, cosine of 0 is 1. 1 times 0, there's an x here. So c2 is negative 1. All of the other terms will cancel. So this sine 0, this gave me c2 sine 0, and x multiplied by 1 to 0, multiplied by 1, multiplied by half is 0. So the final solution is cosine x plus, or minus, because c2 is negative, minus sine x plus half x sine x. نشوف نجرب. You what? whatever. هو ما بعرف طريقته غريبة شوي يعني. I believe both of these should be multiplied by x، بس المهم انه طلع معه نفس الانسر تبعي. cosine x minus sin x plus half x sin x. okay, so 34 خلصنا. بدي أحل كمان أسئلة ما بعرف، بس أعطينا 32 and 34. Let's see the other questions, skim through them real quick. هي 5 لأنه higher derivative it's fine. No, it's not fine. I have to take the derivative 4 times. Sheesh. It's not fine, but it's equal to a constant, so 2x squared x plus 1. The others are polynomials, so 2x sine 2x. We dealt with cosine x, so it's fine. X plus 1 x squared 2 sine x sine 3x. We dealt with exponentials and 5. Find the particular solution of the equation. ليش هذا عنده سؤال هيك خاص فيه ليكون فيه نووي ولا شيء؟ جد ليش هيك لحاله هذا؟ خلينا نشوفه. وحيد هذا مش من suggested but grabs my attention. So y4 minus y3 minus y double prime minus y prime minus 2y equals homogeneous, so we equal it to 0. هلا auxiliary minus 4 3 minus 4 2 minus 4 minus r 4 3 2 1 minus 2 equals 0. أتوقع مشان إنه الديجري 4، بس عادي we have a calculator. negative 2. So r1 equals 2 x2 يعني r2 equals negative 1 r3 equals I وآخر واحدة negative I. ف y1 is equal to e to the 2x, y2 e to the negative x, y3, this is a complex solution, so we use the third case, which is e to the 0x, so that's 1, cosine x, y4 sine x. Yes. هلا yc equals the linear combination of these four. ف c1 e to the 2x plus c2 e to the negative x plus c3 cosine x plus c4 sine x. Sorry. بعدين yp هيك طلعنا yc. yp نطلع على right hand side. I see a polynomial of degree 5 ف a x5 plus b x4 plus c x3 plus d x2 plus a b c d e f. A B C D E F ما بيهم صراحة. X4 5 4 3 2 1 0. اوكي بعدين شو اسوي؟ we derive, so 5a x4 plus 4b x3 plus 3c x squared plus 2dx plus e. كمان مرة 20ax3 plus 12bx squared plus 6cx plus 20. Okay. بعدين I substitute in this. Sorry, this is not a second order, so I have to continue deriving. So yp third derivative 60 ax squared plus this is 24 bx plus 6c. yp fourth derivative 120 ax plus 24b. Okay. هلا we plug all of these in our differential equation. Okay. فصراحة طويل الحل. Designer had all of these. فأول شي عندي y to the fourth power minus, فهون minus I'll switch all of the signs. So هاي minus و minus. بعدين double prime. Again switch all the signs. Minus, minus, minus. آخر شي minus 2y. أو لا wait وين وصلنا نحن؟ لسه في y prime كمان. أوه شيش سلطت. أوكي كمان switch the signs. Minus, 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 minus. Minus, minus. Minus, minus, minus. بعدين آخر شي minus 2 times yp. فراح يصير عندي اوكي لازم اكتبها 2ax5 plus لا minus 2 ايوه اوكي ax plus 5 minus 2bx4 minus 2cx3 minus 2dx2 minus 2ex minus 2f. All of this should equal to 8x to the 5th power. هلا we match the coefficients. عندي x to the 5th power فأدور هون هل عندي x to the 5th power. هاي وحدة. ما في ولا وحدة كمان. اوكي فنيجاتيف 2a equals 8. إذن a equals negative 4. بعدين هل في common terms؟ minus 6c هاي 20 لا 2d هاي 2c 2b اوكي مش كتير مهم. اوكي ندور على 24b، يعني شي يشبه 24b. اوكي ax، لا لا لا، او لا صح، هات هي وهي minus 20. Do we take minus 20? It is a constant, so yes, we take it. And e and minus 2f. اوكي هذا اللي راح اخذهم. اوكي so 24b minus 6c minus 20 minus e minus 2f equals 0. ما في constants على اليمين، فبس يعني ما في شي بقدر اطلع من هالايكويجن، لازم اطلع ايكويجن تانية. ف we look for other equation. خلينا cross these out وخلاص اجل ذكر. هاي ما راح استفيد منه شيء، او لا wait we can صح. okay we look for bx cubed. x cubed, this is x cubed. okay, minus 20a minus 4b minus 2c equals ما عندي x cubed فاتس 0 الكوفيشنتس ال x cubed. فهون عندي a is negative 4، negative 4 times negative 20 is 80. So 80 minus 4b minus 2c equals 0. Second. Oops. هلا كمان بدي equation ما راح تكفيني. ناخذ color تاني. اوكي اوكي خلينا ناخذ x squared. هي x squared x squared x squared x squared. اوكي بس هدول. فعندي minus 60a minus 12b minus 3c minus 2d. اوكي واليمين ما عندي x squared اذا الكوفيشنت 0. هلا هون ال a is 4 او negative 4، ف negative 60 times negative 4 is negative 60 times negative 4 is 240 minus 12b minus 3c minus 2d equals 0. اوكي فكمان بدي equation، خلينا نشوف شو كمان بطلع منه. x هي 2d. ليكون انا مخربط هون حاط 20 بدل 2d، يكون هي where was it 24b minus 6c minus 2d. هي a b c d. this is d. this is d minus 2d. اوكي هلا عرفت ليش حطوا له وحدة السؤال. okay, ax x x x وx. ف 120a minus 24b minus 6c minus 2d minus 2e equals 0. فهون عندي ال a is negative 4 times 120 negative 480. 4b minus 6c minus 2d minus 2e equals 0. آخر شيء هي خلصنا منه already. هذا كلر تاني. اوكي اخر شيء عندي الاكس to the power of 4 هاي وهاي. فهون هلا minus 5a minus 2b equals 0. فال a عندي negative 4 فهون 20 minus 2b equals 0. إذن b equals 10. طلعنا b وطلعنا a. فوين نستخدم ال a وال b؟ I can get c now. فمن هاي الإكويجن 80 minus 4 times b 4 times 10 is 40 minus 2c equals 0. 40 minus 2c equals 0. Even c is 20. Okay. Hella, I can get d. So 240 minus 12 times 10 is 120. Minus 3 times c is 60. Minus 2d equals 0. 240 minus 120 minus 60 is 60 divided by 2 is 30. So d equals 30. هلا I can get استخدمنا هايس A B C D A B C D E. And how do we get F? What? 224b minus 6c minus 2d minus f minus 2 equals 0. B, C, D, I know them. لا تقلي غلطت بشغلة بعد كل هذا. 120. No way. No. هي شو هي؟ Oh, I can get E from this equation. Okay, لا ما غلط. هاي equation, I didn't see it. Okay. Minus 480 minus 24 times B is 240. Minus 480 minus 240 minus 6 times 20 is 120. 2 times 30 is 60. And 2 times of ببقى 2e equals 0. Minus 480 minus 240 minus 120 minus 60 is negative 900 equals 2e. آخر شي E equals 100 over 2 negative 450. بس كلهم طلعوا لا في وحدة طلعت negative so it makes sense. okay ف YP just take a screenshot إنه راح أنسى. A is negative 4, B is 10, C is 20 بتذكر, yes, D is 30, E is negative 450. لسه ما طلعنا F في F كمان. خمس double check. 24 times B is negative 240. 6 times 20 is 120. 2 times 30. اوكي. آخر شي بنطلع F من هون. ف 24 times 10 is 240. Okay, 6 times 20 is 120. 2 times 30 is 60. Minus E, which is 450. Minus 2F equals 0. 240 minus 120 minus 60 minus 450 is negative 390 equals 2F. Then F equals negative 390 divided by 2, negative 195. فالF is negative 195. Then YP negative 4x to the 5th power plus 10x to the 4th power plus 20x to the 3rd power plus 30x squared minus 450x minus 195. yx general solution is yc plus yp. yc ناخذه من فوق, هاي هي. بلس الواي بي او مفروض ماينس. اوكي ماينس, خلاص هي جاهزة. ماينس this. هلا تشات جي بي تي ونشيك. صراحة question رهيب. في هذا كمان find the solution of the initial problem consisting of the differential equation of problem 31. واو, أعطيني كمان initial condition. okay. No, I see something different. اوكي, بس الاي المختلف عندي, عفوا الاف. negative 4 10 20 30 negative 450, بس الاف مختلف. ليش الاف مختلف؟ ليكون ما عرفت احسب. 6 times 20 is 120. 2 times d 30 minus 60 minus e. minus e, وهي ال E already negative, فماينس ماينس فبتصير positive. هاي المشكلة اللي صارت. اوكي, يعني 240 minus 120 minus 60 plus 450 is 510 equals 2F. إذن F equals over 2 255. correct. هلا هون we change this, and we change this. 255 plus 255 plus 255. اوكي، هلا هون بالسؤال اللي بعده معطيني انه اطلع ال C1 and C2 and C3 وبعرف شو كمان. رايت شوي، رايت باي اونر اسحبها اويلر، مع انه الاكويجن تبعيته حل كتير engineering problems بس اسحب عليه. Use trigonometric identities to find the general solutions of the equations. ما راح نسأل عن هيك شغلات. What is this? Particular solution for VOP. Verify by substitution. اسحب عليها. طيب. Should I solve this? بحس سهل. لأنه it's just a polynomial. يلا we solve it. لأنه سهل يعني مش هاللبكة يعني. اوكي. y لازم يعطيني third. اوكي fine. x equals negative 20x4 plus 40x3 plus 60x squared plus 60x minus 450. y double prime minus 80 x cubed plus 120 x squared plus 120 x plus 60. Y third derivative minus 8 times 3 is 24, so 240x squared plus 240x plus 120. هلا we use the initial conditions. لك y0 equals كلهم 0. y0 equals 0, y prime 0 equals 0, y double prime 0, y third derivative equals 0. طيب oh shit سحبت على هذا الترم. واو أنا عم بحكي سهل. ليش بهالسهولة؟ ما في شي سهل. two C1 E2x minus C2 E negative x. Okay, not bad. بعدين we derive this. كل هدول راح يكنسلوا ما عدا النيجاتيف 450. اوكي طيب 4C1E2x plus C2E negative x. ولك في كمان كوساين. شو بصير معي؟ كمان كوساين يا زلمة. شو السؤال هاد؟ sine cosine negative sine C3 sine x plus C4 cosine x. Sine cosine minus C3 cosine x minus C4 sine x. وهون 8C1 E2x minus C2 E negative x plus C3 sine x minus C4 cosine x. وآخر شيء C1 E2x plus C2 E negative x plus C3 cosine x plus C4 sine x. Damn. طيب هون كل واحد بده سلايد شكله عشان ينحل، ما راح ينحل إلا هيك. خلينا نشوف. هون 0 equals 2C1 minus C2 minus this term is 0 C4 okay plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 20 أو 255 okay. فنستخدم تاني وحدة هلا. ننزل تحت هي ال y prime equals فهي 0 equals 4 C1 plus C2 minus C3 وهدول كلهم 0 minus 450. Zero equals 8C1 minus C2 plus أو minus C4 plus 60. آخر واحدة 0 equals 16C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus 120. Okay. System of equations. well شو السؤال هاد؟ C1 C2 C4. Okay fine. System of equations شو أسوي يعني؟ Oh, okay, I can solve it here. أيوة. 4. I can solve it here. خلاص ما بحتاج. 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 negative 255 4 1 negative 1 0 450 8 negative 1 0 negative 1 negative 60 16 1 1 negative 120. أو لا wait no في شي صوته 16 1 هي 0 أو لا 1 هي 0 and this is negative 120. Okay, so C1 equals 65 over 2. C2 equals negative 160. C3 equals negative 480. C4 equals 480. If we want to solve it manually, matrix 2 negative 1 0 negative 1 2 negative 1 0 negative 1. Okay, 4 1 negative 1 0 1 negative 255 negative 450 8 negative 1 0 negative 1 16 1 1 0 negative 120 negative 60. This is plus. Yes. Okay. هون ايش راح نسوي هون؟ wait. لازم أبدأ هيك على طول أقسم. Okay. So let's divide the first row by 2 عفوا. So this is 1 negative half 0 negative half 1 0 1 negative half 1 negative half 0 negative half negative 255 minus divide by 2 is divide by 2 بعدين negative 4 times الرو اللي بعده فهون 0 negative 4 times negative half is 2 plus 1 is 3 negative 1 minus 4 negative 4 times half okay 2 negative 4 times negative 255 over 2 is 510 ما بعرف is it worth solving بعرف ايش نسوي 0 negative 8 times negative half is 4 plus negative 1 3. This is 0 negative 8 times negative half plus negative 1 is 3. Negative 8 times negative 255 over 2 plus negative 60. هونيك ما زودت negative خلينا نعيد negative 4 times negative 255 over 2 plus 450. إذا 960 كمان فوق. Negative 8 times negative 255 over 2 minus 60. Okay. وهون نفس الشيء. Remove this. This is 0. 16 or negative 16 times negative half is 8 plus 1 is 9. Negative 16, this is 1. Negative 16 times negative half plus 0 is 8. Negative 16 times negative 255 over 2 plus negative 120. 1920. اوكي هلا بدي اخلص على هذا. So I'll divide by 3. But before that I will subtract row 2 and row 3. أنا ما تفرق بس يلا. So 3 minus 3 is 0. This is 0. This is 0. Minus 1. Minus 0 is minus 1. 2. Wait. Negative 3 plus a 3, 0. Negative 1 times 1. Hey, 1 مش 0. This is 1. Negative 3 plus a 3 is 0. Negative 2 plus a 3 is 1. And negative 960 plus 960 is 0. طيب بعدين I will multiply by negative 3. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. So this is 0. Negative 3 times 3 times negative 1 plus 1 is 4. Negative 3 times 2 plus 8 is 2. Negative 3 times 9, 60. Plus 1920. Negative 960. I divide all of this by 3. This is 1, negative 1 over 3, 2 over 3, and 960 divided by 3 is 320. I need 0 here, so negative 4. So this is 0. Negative 4 plus 2. Negative 2. هون 0 هون negative 2. 0 negative 2. وهون ما بيتغير. اوكي. آخر شيء I divide by negative 2. This is 1. Negative 960 divided by negative 2 is 480. So 480. 1. So this corresponds to C1, C2, C3, and C4. C1 minus half C2 minus half C4 equals negative 255 over 2. C2 minus 1 over 3 C3 plus 2 over 3 C4 equals 230. وهون C3 plus C4 equals 0 و C4 equals 480. If C4 is 480, then C3 is negative 480 من هاي الإيكويجن. وبعدين I can find C2. فهون 230 plus 1 over 3 times negative 480 times شو هذا بيعطيني عكس هاي. حسويها على الآلة اللي عندي خلص. negative 1 over 3 تصير 1 over 3 times negative 480 plus 2 over 3 480. It's negative. I get negative 250. 230 plus 1 over 3 negative 480. غريب, I got negative 250 and here it's negative 160. مستحيل تكون الحاسة مخربطة. So I got something wrong. من وين جبت هاي الإيكويجن؟ من رو من this row. خلينا نحسب مرة تانية. 230 plus 1 over 3 C3 we got it as negative 480 minus 2 over 3 480. Something's off. Oh 320 مش 230. أنا نقلت الرقم غلط. This is 320 in the matrix. ما بعرف ليش كاتب 230. 320 هيك المفروض صح. 320 yes negative 160. So C2 is negative 160. وآخر شي C1. So هي negative 255 over 2 plus 1 over 2 C2 minus 1 over 2 C4 480 this plus 65 over 2 نفس ما طلعت لنا اياها على الحاسبة. فهلا since we have these I can write this. I can write, where is yx? Okay, I can write this. C1 65 over 2, it's 65. C2 negative 160, so it's plus 160. بس نشوف. هيك يعني أخذنا أصعب سؤال منه، ده البقية ساين وكوساين. Wait, what? Okay, no way. I spent hours, bro. يمكن بالديفرنشيشن غلطت Oh shoot, I differentiated this. Whoa. We cooked. Hey yx, hey y prime, not yx. This is yx. This is yx. This is y prime. Hey y to the 4th power معناتها. Sheesh. Now I solved it as a matrix كمان. Wow. No worries. بنحلها بالآلة الحاسبة هالمرة، ما راح أحلها بماتريكس. لا اوكي. This is C1 plus C2 plus C3. This is 2C1 minus C2 minus C4 plus 255. شوف تحت هنا. Four C1 plus C2 minus C3. ليش كأنه في 2 في 2 duplicates كأنه فوق بعض. Okay, I don't care. Careless at this point. This is 0 minus 450. Eight C1 minus C2 minus C4 plus 60. هذا بستخدم الآلة. Oops. For equations 1 1 1 0 0 2 negative 1 0 negative 1 negative 255 4 1 negative 1 0 negative 450 أو لا 450 plus و 8 negative 1 8 negative 1 0 negative 1 و negative 60. اوكي طلع معي 65 over 2. يعني خليني اجرب مرة ثانية. 1 اذا ما زبط راح اسحب 0 0 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 negative 255 4 1 negative 1 0 450 8 negative 1 0 negative 1 60. اوكي ما زبط خلاص اسحب عليه. بس السؤال سهل يعني ما في شيء. infinite solutions. اوكي في عنا هاي الأسئلة هون. هاي بدها شرح. اوكي في method ثانية to solve for yp. نحن أول شو كنا نستخدم اللي هي ال coefficient undetermined coefficient اسم الميثود. هلا هاي الميثود اسمها variations of parameters. كيف طريقته؟ رح نبدأ نفس ما كنا متعودين. يعني مثلا خلينا نشرح على السؤال نفسه مشان ما نخبص. 53 where's 53 اوكي. اوكي اول شي راح نجيب اللي هي الاسوسييتد homogeneous نفس ما كنا نسوي بزمان. so y double prime plus 9 equals 0. بالآلة الحاسبة 109 3i و minus 3i. إذن y equals plus minus 3i. هلا يعني y1 equals ES 0 x cosine 3x and y2 is sine 3x. يعني yc equals c1 cosine 3x plus c2 sine 3x. okay. هلا yp is equal to u1 y1 plus u2 y2. تأكد مشان ما نخبص. يس. طيب ف y1 هي هاي and y2 هي هاي. فشو باقي لي عشان اجيب yp؟ اجيب u1 و u2. طب شو هم u1 و u2؟ well I can عندي فورمولا للديريفاتيف تبعيتهم. ف y1 prime equals negative y2 times f of x over the Wronskian. شغلة اسمها Wronskian. y2 prime equals هاي بدون negative y1 f of x over the Wronskian. شو هي Wronskian؟ هي determinant للسوليوشنز تبعت الكومبلمنتري solution. فعندي cosine 3x وساين 3x. تحت راح احط الديريفاتيف تبع اللي فوق. فالرو 2 is the derivative of row 1. فساين ساين نيجاتيف ساين إذا نيجاتيف 3 ساين 3x وهون 3 كوساين 3x. هلا بعدين أجيب الديترميننت. ف 3 كوساين 3x كلها سكويرد ماينس minus plus 3 sine squared 3x. هلا بقدر اخذ ال 3 as a common factor وبيضل في القوس sine squared x plus cosine squared x. This is equal to 1. So the Wronskian is equal to 3. طلعنا ال Wronskian. ف I substitute y1 prime equals negative y2 فنيجاتيف sine 3x times f of x. f of x is the right hand side. So 2 secant 3x over the Wronskian. y2 prime equals y1 cosine 3x times f of x يعني 2 secant 3x over the Wronskian which is 3. اوكي يس. هلا انا ما بدي y برايم، عفوا u1 برايم و u2 برايم، انا بدي u1 and u2. فعشان اخلص من البرايم I will integrate both sides. So this integral will get rid of the derivative. فراح احتاج كمان سلايد عشان بس اخر شي نطلع. خلينا نقول هاي هيك وهي هيك. اوكي ف y1 equals the integral of، طلع ال 1 over 3 لبرا وبالمرة النيجاتيف معه، بضل عندك جوا الساين 3x أو في كمان 2 كمان، فهي 2 minus 2 over 3 sin 3x secant 3x dx. شو الانتجرال لهالكلام هاد؟ I can rewrite the secant as 1 over cosine 3x dx. So this is tan 3x dx. And what's the integral of tan? أو حتى مش يعني أحولها لتان، it's fine. بدون ما أحولها، بالعكس أحسن إني ما أحولها. I can notice that the derivative of cosine is negative sign. is لا عفوا is negative 3 sin 3x. إذا ناقصني أنا negative 3 I add negative 3 here and I add negative 1 over 3 برا. So this is len absolute value cosine 3x times اللي ضربناه برا times negative 1 over 3. So this is 2 over 9 ln cosine 3x absolute value plus c أو بدون c ما يحتاج أحس، والله ما بعرف إذا في plus c ولا ما في plus c، بس skip. y2 equals 2 over 3 طلع لبرا. You get cosine 3x. Secant is 1 over cosine 3x dx. فهيك صار عندي cosine 3x cosine 3x. So y2 equals 2 over 3 the integral of dx, which is 2 over 3x. So طلعنا y2 and y1. So I apply this formula. yp equals, and I get y dol. So yp equals u1, which is 2 over 9 ln absolute value cosine 3x absolute value times y1 cosine 3x plus u2 2 over 3x times y2 sine 3x, and this is yp. هلا yx general solution is yc plus yp. So this is equal to yc، لأنه يعني هي نفس الخطوات، بس اللهم طريقة الواي بي اختلفت. وهي هي الواي بي. ما بعرف كيف بدي اخذها هي. بلس، هلا نشيك. use the method of variation of parameters to find the particular solution. So C1 استبك تقول شي لهي C1 cosine 3x plus C2 sine 3x plus 2 over 9 yes, cosine 3x times ln cosine 3x plus 2 over 3x sine 3x. ممتاز. خلصنا من هاي 55. Okay. So again, y double prime plus 4y equals 0. This is the associated homogeneous differential equation. هاي الauxiliary. So r is equal to plus minus 2i المفروض 1 0 4. yes. فهي case 3 which is the complex. So y1 equals e to the 0x cosine 2x. y2 equals sine 2x. So yc is equal to the linear combination of these two. c1 cosine 3x plus c2 sine, sorry, it's 2x, not 3x. Oops, 2x. Okay. هلا yp is u1 y1 plus u2 y2. عنا y1 وعنا y2، ما عنا u1 وما عنا u2، بس I have a formula for their derivatives. So this is negative y2 f of x over the Wronskian. y2 prime equals y1 f of x over the Wronskian. طيب what's the Wronskian? It's these two, cosine 3x, sorry, 2x sine 2x, والرو اللي تحته is the derivative, so negative 2 cosine 2x 2 cosine 2x. Oh, sorry, this is sine 2x 2 cosine 2x. So that's 2 cosine squared 2x minus plus 2 sine squared 2x. Oops. X. So I can take the 2 as a common factor. We get sine squared 2x plus cosine squared 2x. So that's 2 times 1 using the identity. So that's 2. So the Wronskian is 2. Then I apply the formula for the derivatives. So negative y2 is sine 2x times f of x, which is sine squared, over the Wronskian, which is 2. y2 prime is equal to y1 cosine x f of x sine squared x over 2. Then I need y. عفوا u. I take the derivative for both of these. عفوا I take the integral. y1 equals the integral, take the negative 1/2 outside, you get sine 2x. I will change the sine squared x to 1 minus cosine squared 2x dx لأنه sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. I have sine squared x, so that's 1 minus cosine squared x. Now I'll take p as cosine 2x, so dp is equal to negative 2 sine 2x dx. So dx is equal to dp over negative 2 sine 2x. So u1 is equal to negative 1 over 2 sine 2x 1 minus p squared. Instead of dx, it's dp over negative 2 sine 2x. So sine 2x will cancel with sine 2x, and negative بتكنسل النيجاتيف اللي برا. So it's half the integral of 1 minus p squared dp. Oh, في كمان عندي 2, so I multiply it here. So it's 1 over 4, not 1 over 2. 1 over 4. Okay. Then y1 is equal to 1 over 4 p minus 1 over 12 p cubed. هلا I convert, or I bring back the value of p, which is cosine 2x. So 1 over 4 cosine 2x minus 1 over 12 cosine cubed 2x. هلا بالنسبة لو y أو u2 should be similar. No, not similar. حتى it's more complicated, I suppose. Sheesh. Hold up a second. Is this sine x? No. This is sine x. I have sine 2x. كل هذا السوليوشن غلط because the angles don't match. Shit. No. So what should I do? This is cosine 2x, by the way. طيب خلينا نفكر شو نسوي. I believe there was a rule saying صح 2 sine cosine. Yeah, how stupid. Y prime equals negative 2 sine x cosine, or 2x. Yeah, 2 sine x cosine x sine squared x over 2. So that's the x. So u prime, I get sine cubed cosine x. Sheesh, what a question. I'm wondering if there is an easier solution. Maybe, because this is 1 minus cosine 2x. Is this a solution they want? والله ممكن. Yes, then I get sine 2x times cosine 2x. How do I solve this then? By parts, sheesh. This involves all of Calc 2 in one question. Sine. Do I stick with sine cubed x cosine x? I think the double or the half angle is easier. Let's ask GPT. How to find u. Let's see. بس انت احكي لي الطريقة. You integrate. نفس ما انا سويت. خلاص يسحب عليه. نفس ما انا سويت. بس ستيل يا اخي حط النيجاتيف برا. طيب this is sine cubed x cosine x dx. Or wait, is it? Wallah easy. Y equals sine x du equals cosine x dx. So dx is equal to du over cosine x. It's easy, bro. Negative integral u cubed. This is instead of it du. بس خلصنا. بلا integration by parts بلا بطيخ. 4, which is negative 1 over 4. Bring back the u, which is sine x. Sine 4x. ممتاز. هلا u2. Now مريض صراحة. Cosine 2x. How do I do this? There was an identity, but I forgot it. It was something like cosine squared x minus sine squared x maybe. Or حتى 1 minus sine squared x. خلينا نشوف. Cosine 2x identity. Yes, 1 minus 2 sine squared x. هاي راح استخدمها. Because I'll get sine to the power of 4, which is easy to integrate. So 1 minus sine. لازم احفظ هدول identity الصراحة. Imagine this coming up in the exam. Sine squared x over 2. We integrate. Oops. This is not y prime. This is y. Oh, u. So this is like this, and dx. So u2 equals, take the half outside, you get sine squared x minus sine to the power of 4. u2 equals 1 over 2. The integral of sine squared x, which is, we just solve it. صح? What's the integral of sine squared? It's not easy to integrate. Wow. Sine squared x. It involved by parts بتذكر. It involved by parts. I'm wondering if there's an easier way. Let's see. ما بدي أضيع وقتي. حتى هون في 2 ما انتبهت في 2 هون 2 sin x squared 1 minus 2 so this is 1 minus 2 but the question is I have to do by parts, there is no other way. Okay, sin x u dv, this is cosine x, this is negative, no wait, sine cosine, so this is, yeah, negative cosine x. Integral either negative sine x cosine x minus the integral of cosine, which is, no wait, minus the integral of cosine squared. طيب, what's the integral of cosine squared? It's a loop, I think. That's cosine x. Well, I remember we took trigonometric substitution. Sine negative sine x sine x. So cosine times sine, negative sine x cosine x minus sine x cosine x minus sine squared x. And guess what? We started with sine x, so you call this I equals, so this is minus I. So I is equal to, then you do 2I. Hold up a second. Minus sine squared x minus, so this is negative 2 sine x cosine x. You plus, wait, what? This is minus plus. Okay. So minus, it's minus 2 plus, so this is plus I, so minus I, so this is 0I. What? How the heck? Third sine squared. طيب, this negative should distribute. So if you call this I, or we call it after we distribute. Like يكون هذا okay, we call it after we distribute. There's nothing wrong. This is minus plus الانتجرال, so we call this I. Doesn't make sense. شو هاد؟ No. Who said that? Sine squared x. صح والله. No. sheesh. هي فضيحة on live. بس can we solve it using by parts؟ بتذكر يا أخي we can. ما بعرف. المهم. So this is 1 minus cosine 2x over 2 minus هي 1 minus cosine 2x حط 2 برا over 2 all to the power of 2 dx. So u2 is equal to 1 over 2, the integral of 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 cosine 2x minus 1 minus cosine 2x all squared. So this is 1 minus, wait, 1, this is squared, this is squared, 2ab. So this 2 cosine 2x plus cosine squared 2x, okay, over 2. So this is 1 over 2 times 2, so this is 1. It's 1 minus 2 over 2, so minus, okay, we have a minus here, divide by 2, multiply by negative 2, so that's negative 1. Okay, 2 over 2 cancel. Oh, this is 4 now. This is 4. So over 4 times 2, so it's divided by 2. So 1 over 2, صح. This is 1 over 2. This is 1 over 2. Minus cosine 2x plus 1 over 2 cosine squared 2x dx. Okay, u2 equals 1 over 2 times 1 over 2x minus, أو لا plus half في 2 كمان, so that's sine 2x. Okay, minus half x plus 2 sine 2x. Bro, أعطاني كمان sine cosine squared, like, why? Please. How do I solve it? يلا. What? 3 minus 4 cosine 2x 8. No way. you know what? Yeah, okay. Plus the integral of أو لا half the integral of حتى 1 over 4 كمان 1 plus cosine 2x dx. Okay, so u2 equals, I'll combine these, so these will cancel, so this is half sine 2x plus 2 sine 2x with 2 plus, so cancel بعدين أضرب, simplify بعدين أضرب. 2 plus 1 is 3, so 3 over 2 sine 2x plus 1 over 4 لا ليكون هي double the angle صح؟ This is 4x معناته we do 1 plus cosine 2x over 4 معناته ليكون is it 4 or 2 not really sure صراحة بس يلا what's cosine squared 2x equal to يلا حبيبي اوف استخدم هذا by parts bruh. بس حتى صار calc 2 question شو هاد 1 plus 4x أيوه ما بدنا نقسم على 4 بس it's 1 plus 4x okay so 1 plus 4x this is x so x sin negative sine so negative sine 4x بس اوه خلصنا sheesh. So now yp and this question took forever. Y1 this is Y1 sorry U1 اللي هو U2 وبدنا هدول اوكي هلا yp equals u1 which is negative 1 over 4 sine 4x okay times u1 which is cosine 2x plus u2 which is 3 over 2 sine 2x times sine 2x لأنه عم بضرب هلا ب y2 directly so this is squared plus 1 over 4 x sine 2x minus sine 4x or sine 2x times sine 4x. So that's yp. Yx equals yc, when yc, this is yc, so yc plus all of this. نكتبها شوي neatly أكتر. ممتاز. واو، وين كانت هي؟ اوكي، يلا نشيك. What a question صراحة. Therefore the general solution is whoa. من وين جاب هالشغلات هاي؟ sin 2x شو طلع معي؟ خلينا نشوف. yp طلعت عنده this simplifies to. Don't simplify man. Don't simplify. Negative. خلينا نقارن yp. طيب negative 1 over 4 sin 4x cosine 2x plus negative x over 8. أنا طلعت معي x over 4. Okay. Plus حتى what؟ I got this. يكون هو مستخدم شغلات تانية. Because it can be. You're very close, but a few coefficients signs changed. For variations of parameters, this is negative. The main issue are 1 over 4, 2 over 3 became plus. After simplifying, this becomes. Solution. نرجع لورا نعطي الانتجريشن اللي عفسنا فيه. شيل هاي. ما بعرف كيف الاي اصلا بقرأ الخرابيش هاي. الله يقويه. روح. The problem is algebra simplifying cosine 2x is 1 minus 2 sine x. Okay, cool. Distribute carefully is sine squared minus 2 sine to the power of 4. طلعنا 2 لبرا. ممتاز. This is a key step in your work. You effectively lost the outside half, which changes the coefficients. Wait, I missed it? Who told you that? 1 over 2. طيب, what did I do wrong? 1 over 2 sine squared minus 2. This simplifies to this. 1 over 2 minus 2 cosine 2 cosine squared. Okay. Well, I have strong belief that I'm wrong and he's wrong. I'm right and he's wrong. لا تراوغ يلا. cosine يعني negative sine over 4. Oh, hold up a second. I missed the half here. This is 3 over 2. هي وزعت عليهم. Okay, بس this 1 over 4. So this is أيوة okay. صح هو صح. هون 1 over 4. Okay, cool. بس I didn't distribute this half to that part. I distributed to this sine plus 2 sine. It's 3 sine over 2. بس هون I forgot. So this is 1 over 8. 1 over 8. وهون sine 4x over 2. Yes. So y2 becomes this. الله يكمي يمي شغل. yp minus 3 over 2. ما لعبنا فيها هي. اوكي هي اللي راح تختلف. اوكي plus 1 over أو x over 8 sine 2x minus sine 2x sine 4x over 2. So that's x over 8 sine 2x minus sine 2x sine 4x over 2. How about now? يلا أخوي. Not yet. The main problem is still your y2 or u2. من وين جت ال 32? But the correct is you wrote 3 over 2. Wait, 3 over 2 sine 2x plus x over 8 minus sine 4x over. You should get the part you wrote should be minus. Oof. Oh. وين المشكلة يا بني آدم؟ Where is the problem? Send. The mistake is here. Okay. Half 1 minus cosine. Okay. Expand the second count carefully. So that's 1 over 2 صحيح. صح هدول الهافز they cancelled. Negative I have it. What is this? There is a square, so that's 4. There is a 2 here, so there is a 2 here, so I missed a 2 here. There is a 2 here, half 2x. Okay, I agree. Plus 1 over 2 cosine squared 2x. Okay, ماشي. وبعدين these cancel. That's negative. ممتاز. That's again no, sorry. This is the same integral. So plus 2. Okay. Plus 1 over 4, 1 plus cosine. So that's half times 2 is 1. So that's sine 2x. Plus 1 over 8. خلاص I want plus 1 over y it's 1 over 8 صح it's 1 over 4 1 over 8 x بعدين minus sine 4x over 4 and I have over 4. Okay, I agree. 1 over 4x then it 2q comes 1 over هي okay 1 over 8 متأكد منها مليار بالمية. طيب what else? Cosine 4x is negative sine 4x over 4. We have a 4 here, so the 4's will cancel. 2 here. بس خلص شو بدك أكتر من هيك. So now this becomes بس هذا اللي شايفه أنا الاختلاف الساين بس. So there is no 3 over 2 here. It's only 1. لا ماني شايف اختلاف تاني. What about now? Closer, but there are still 2 issues. طيب. So the problems are sine 2x should be 1 over 8 sine 2x. يا أخي أنا تعبت. شو هاي 1 minus sine squared 1 over 2 وديها لبرا sine squared minus 2. أوكي فهمنا. 1 minus cosine 2x that's half minus 1 over 2 cosine 2x. Okay, so 1 over 2. Oh, here is plus ليكون because I have negative here, so yeah, plus في plus هون. I missed a plus here. missed a plus وعندي هون negative. Okay, negative. Okay, so that's minus أنا عم بفكر أمسح كله هذا I don't like debugging. حلو هيك على رواق شوي. This 1 plus 2ab, so minus 2 cosine 2x plus cosine squared 2x over 2 squared which is 4. Okay, هيك خلصنا من squared multiplied by 2, so that's over 2. بعدين في عندي negative, so u2 equals half the integral of 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 cosine 2x minus نطلع هون هاي الماينس من وين اجت؟ ما في ماينس. اوكي ماينس 1 over 2 plus cosine 2x minus 1 over 2 cosine squared 2x dx. هلا ال 1 over 2 وال 1 over 2 بيطيروا. اوكي u2 equals 1 over 2 negative 1 over 2 plus 1 is half. So half cosine 2x minus half, instead of cosine squared 2x, I will write 1 minus plus cosine 4x double the angle over 2 dx. So u2 equals هلا لازم أحل أسرع y2. So that's 1 over 4. 1 over 4 كمان في عندي sign negative sign, so there is a negative here. Wait a second, negative here 1 over 2 وكمان هاي يعني 4 يعني 8 negative 1 over 8 sin 2x. هلا هون negative the integral of ودي الانصاص لبرا، يعني هون هي عندك negative 1 over 4 اضربها بهون تطلع عندك او لا تضرب، خليها نفس ما هي. over 2 half cosine 2x okay minus 1 over 4 حلو over 2 1 over 4 كمان نسوي له integrate, so that's x minus 1 over 4 times cosine 4x, so there is a plus here, sine 4x here, and 4 on the denominator, so that's 4 times 2 is 8 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16, so that is 16. Yes. Okay. Oh no, wait, I took the integral now. What am I doing? خلاص معناته take the integral خلصني. 2 يعني 1 over 4. It's the integral of this. It's sine negative over 4 يعني 1 over 4 sine 2x. Okay. آخر شيء distribute the negative the 1 over 2. So 1 over 8 sine 2x minus 1 over 8x minus sine 4x over 32. هلا صح. أتوقع شفت أنا 32 بالسؤال. أخيرا. يعني كل شوي أسوي debugging what's the problem بعرف شو، خلاص حلها مرة تانية خلصني. So negative 1 over 8 sine 2x sine 2x negative 1 over 8x negative sine 4x over 32. حلوين. هلا هون u1 times y1 plus u2 plus u2 times y2. So that's negative, okay, negative 1 over 8 sine squared 2x. حلوين. minus 1 over 8 x sine 2x minus sine 2x sine 4x over 32. ويت ليش ما تاخد هاي يا حبيبي بقى؟ في negative 1 over 8 هون. يا رب وين السوليوشن؟ اعطاني اول شي اوكي نيجاتيف. انا شايف انه غلط من الاول. نيجاتيف 1 over 4 sin 4x cosine 2x minus 1 over 8 sin squared. خليني ابعت له السوليوشن لانه شكله مختصر شغلات. خلينا نشوف. هلا بقول لي almost much better but there is one sign mistake. The correct one is okay في sign mistake. What's the sign mistake? There is a sign, negative sign. There is a negative, man. How the heck? There is a negative. There is a negative. مستحيل. Sucks Gemini. Solve. There is a negative, should be. Sign minus. Okay. There is no negative. When I dropped off this negative, how? There is a negative here. So this is positive, this is positive. صح. You are right. ما راح ناخذ ChatGPT مرة تانية. Positive. And positive. ممتاز. Oof. What is this? low key high work مش now Yes, now your variation of parameters is correct. You have, so therefore the solution is Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. هذا شو عم بفكر inspecting the image. Sheesh. Pro high demand. يا زلمة. اوكي خلصنا هيك أسئلة 55. 5.4 3 4 13 should be easy. Okay. Answer is 100% correct. Good. يلا مع السلامة. والله heavy work مش light work. Okay. طيب نبدأ ب question 3. Question 3. A mass of 4 kilograms is attached to the end of a spring that is stretched by 50 centimeters by force of. It is set in motion with initial speed and find amplitude, frequency and period of the resulting motion. طيب لازم نكتب الإكويجن اللي هي mx double prime plus cx prime plus kx equals f of t. This is the external force, but we don't have an external force, so this is 0. So aka homogeneous second order differential linear equation. فالماس is 4, so that's 4x double prime plus هل حكى انه في damping force وما بعرف شو damping factor وهي؟ لا. So that's 0. The spring constant, we can find it using this. This is the elongation for the spring. So it's stretched by 50 centimeters. So that's the elongation. That's K. Stretched to the end of a spring. That is stretched. Okay. الفورس اللي استخدمه 18. So K is equal to 18 over 50. Hold a second. So K is 0.36. So that's 0.36 x equals 0. هلا I can find the auxiliary equation. هلا بالcalculator 4 0 0.36 positive negative 310 positive negative 0.3i. Okay, so that's R. So y1 is equal to cosine 0.3 t and y2 is equal to sine 0.3 t. Yes. Sorry, these are x مش y's. It doesn't matter بس يعني it's fine. هلا x of t is equal to the linear combination of these two solutions. C1 cosine 0.3t plus C2 sine 0.3t. هلا it gave us initial conditions on initial position, so that's x0 equals 0, and initial velocity, so that's 12. 0 equals, cosine of 0 is 1, so C1 is equal to, this is 0, so C1 is equal to 0. Now we differentiate, we get sine, cosine, sine, negative sine, so 0.3 with a negative, C1 sine 0.3t, sine cosine 0.3, C2 cosine 0.3t. So that's 12 equals negative, this is 0, sorry, this is 0, 0.3 C2 cosine, that's 1. So C2 is equal to 12 divided by 0.3, which is, wait, sine 0, yeah. So that's 20 over 3. Okay? So now the equation is C1, which is 0, so that's, this term is gone. C2, 20 over 3 sine 0.3 t. Okay. L'amplitude is 20 over 3. So he wants the amplitude, which is C, frequency, which is like an angular frequency, no? What's frequency? What's the frequency? Not sure. But for C is equal to C1 squared plus C2 squared. And since C1 is 0, so that's 0 squared plus 20 over 3 squared. So the square will cancel. Square root will cancel the squared, so that's 20 over 3. That's the amplitude. بالنسبة للfrequency, I would say that's the angular frequency. So angular frequency, it is the imaginary part from our auxiliary equation. So that's 0.3. That's the frequency. And the period, it's 2 pi over the frequency. So 2 pi over 0.3. Which is 20 over 3 pi. Let's check, unless they meant something else by frequency. Let's see. Yep. So, oh لا, it's not. Frequency is the inverse. أيوة, okay. Amplitude is what? Amplitude is 4. Angular frequency is 3. I know. What the heck? M equals 12. K is... Oh, he's taking it as centimeters, bruh. Like, حلاني يا زلمة. Centimeters and meters. حلاني. Oh my. So this is 0.50 times 10 to the power of 2. 0.5. 0.5 is 36. So that's 36, 36. Oops. So we get 4036. We get 3i and negative 3i. So it's cosine 3t and sine 3t. So this is 3, 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 this is 3. Three, 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 three. So 3. So C2 is 4. 3. C2 is 4. حلوين. And the amplitude is 3. Often angular frequency, which is the imaginary part. So that's this. Oh, okay. The frequency is 1 over t. So yeah, I can't find the frequency. It's fine. So that's 2 over 3 pi. And frequency is 1 over t. So that's f equals 3 over 2 pi. Yep. This is 4. So this is 4. This is 3. This is 4. C2 is 4. This is 3. This is 4. This is 4. What else? Nothing. خلصنا. So the period is 2 over 3 pi, or 2 pi over 3, whatever. 2 pi over 3. Frequency is 3 over 2 pi. Yes, I prefer to write it this way. So when we find the inverse, so we do 3 over 2 pi. Okay. 3 over 2 pi. lie rated 3. Well, amplitude is 4. Okay, next question. مش أحسن question صراحة. المهم 4. Let's see. Question 4. A body with a mass of 250 is attached, so mx double prime plus cx prime plus kx equals f of t, which is the external force. The mass is 250. We look for the units now. So 250 grams is attached to the end of the spring, stretched. So we use KL. So that's 0.25 times K equals, it's required 9 newtons. So K is 9 over 0.25, which is 36. So they use the same spring apparently. The body is pulled 1 meter to the right, stretching the spring. So at time 0, it's pulled 1 meter to the right. Okay. And in motion with an initial velocity of 5 to the left. 5 to the left يعني it needs a direction, right? Yeah, so that's -5. Find xt in the form of c cosine omega. Find the amplitude period. Okay, fine. So that's 250 x double prime plus they didn't talk about any damping here, nor external force. So k is 36x equals 0. So 250, 0, 36, sorry. Oops, 250r squared plus 36 equals 0. So 250, 0, 36 is شو الأرقام هاي؟ كون مخربط أنا 250 0 36. أوكي شكل الأرقام صح ما بعرف. المهم R equals plus minus 3 root 10 over 25i. So y1 equals cosine 3 root 10 over 25. y2 equals sine 3 root 10 over 25. بعدين they asked us to find, this is c1 cosine 3 root 10 over 25 plus c2 sine 3 root 10 over 25. They asked us to find x of t, sorry, this is x, not y again. And there's a t here, where did the t go? Okay, whatever. This is x1, x2, x of t, 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 t. ماشي. We need first the amplitude. So the amplitude is c1 squared plus c2 squared. To find c1 and c2 we have to solve the IVP. So that's 1 equals c1 cosine 3 root 10 over 25. Oh, sorry. Cosine of 0 is 1, so that's c1. That's c1. And for c2 I have to differentiate. Okay. Sine, negative sine, so that's negative 3 root 10 over 25 sine. There's a c. c1 sine 3 root 10 over 25 t plus 3 root 10 over 25 c2 cosine 3 root 10 over 25 t. هلا it's negative 5, so negative 3 root, that's sine term, 3 root 10 over 25 c2. So c2 is equal to negative 5 times 25 over 3 root 10. Negative 5 times 25 over 3 root 10. That's negative 25 root 10 over 6. So the amplitude is 1 squared plus negative 25 root 10 over 6 squared. C equals 1 squared plus answer squared. Let's double check. that's 13.21. I'll leave it as is. هلا omega is the imaginary part, so that's 3 root 10 over 25. That's omega. That's the angular frequency. Okay, alpha is, I usually write it as beta صراحة. ما بحب إنه to confuse myself because that's alpha plus beta I. Just give it another letter خلاص. So tan inverse of C2, which is negative, negative 25 root 10 over what? Over 6 over 1. So notice that C2, this is C1, this is C2. C1 is positive, but C2 is negative. So positive, C2 is negative, so I have to do 2 pi minus beta to get alpha. So alpha is equal to beta minus whatever I get here. So put your calculator on the radian mode and plug in the numbers. You get minus, so that's plus 1.40, 2 pi minus plus 1.495, so that's 2 pi plus answer 2 pi plus 1 minus 495, 7.77. So now period, what's the period here? The period اللي هو هاي صح? Yeah, it's 2 pi over omega, which is 3 root 10 over 25. So 2 pi over 3 root 10 over 25, which is 16.56 seconds. So that's T, that's the amplitude, so that's part B. Omega to write the equation, alpha and C. So for part A, it asks for the xt. So C is 13.21 cosine omega is 3 root 10 over 25 T minus 7.77. So that's part A. Part B, it asks for the amplitude and period. Ooh, let's check. Okay, that's question 4. 1317 simple pendulum. 13 dashpot. هلا في damping force. Cool. 1317. Where's 17? Whoa. Okay. What? يا أخي كله هاي conversion والله يا أخي. What is this, man? خليني أقول له is my solution equivalent? I got this. What's the problem أصلا? It's in grams صح? Time in seconds. شو بدك كمان؟ ما بعرف شو قصته يا زلمة. made one unit mistake. 250 grams is 0.25 kilograms, not 250 kilograms. I didn't... What? It should be in kilograms? Nobody told me. Nobody told me. Assume it's 250 grams. يلا. عفوا 250 kilograms whatever. Assume. سامي حل عني يا زلمة. Assume it's 250 kilograms. بس أشوف إذا طريقة حلي صح ولا لا. Assuming the mass is 250, then your setup is valid. Then using... So C is equal to 13.21, correct? X of T is... what is this? 13.21. Cosine 3 root 10 over 25 minus alpha. Alpha is... So that's tan inverse of 25 root 10 over 6, which is 1.49. Who told you that? It's C2. C1 is positive, but C2 is what? C2 is negative. C2 should be 2 pi minus. Shouldn't the phase angle be 2 pi minus tan minus arctan? Yes, since point C1, C2. He wrote it as negative. Okay, whatever. He wrote it as negative, so that's why. So minus tan inverse of 25 root 10 over 6. ماشي مش مشكلة. It should be tan inverse of negative 25 square root 10 over 6. في negative 1 and negative. Yes, for the form. إذا أنت بتستهبل أقسم بالله. This gives a negative phase angle. If your teacher wants. يا عمي. I got 7.77. Is not the right phase angle. يا عمي حل عني يا زلمة. حل عني جد. But the coefficient is negative, so the phase angle must be in quadrant. We have, okay, cool. حلو. نقص من 2 pi minus the alpha. Bro, it's 2 pi minus minus. أنا تعبت معه يا زلمة. 2 pi minus 1.495. حليت لك في الامتحان هيك. كنت جبتها غلط في الامتحان. tan inverse. Yeah, that's what I know. Tan inverse of C2. So you get negative 25 root 10 over 6. Oh shit. So I should substitute without the negatives? هاي جديدة علي صراحة. Thank you for letting me know before I do something stupid. 2 pi minus beta. Because this is negative. أيوة, this is negative. Okay. I understand now. هلا negative, it's measured from this. So I want this whole thing. So that's 2 pi minus the positive angle of this. So yes, you don't take the negative. Makes sense actually. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So as a general rule, don't substitute the negatives here. So you get 2 pi minus 1 pi. So alpha is equal to 2 pi minus 1.495. So that's 4.788. That's a phase angle. Okay. The period is 16.56, correct. Amplitude is 13.21. Phase angle is correct. Mumtaz. Okay. شو صار؟ Is it reconnected? Suppose that the mass spring dashpot system with mass like question 1. What is question 1? عجاني فضول أعرف. Question 1. Oh, it has this. Yeah, it's fine. As if we didn't do anything similar like this. يعني طول حياتنا عم نسوي YP. It's just the same thing, same shit. 1, 4, 7. What is this? It's fine. 11. What's 11? نفس الشيء. Conditions. 15. What is 15? 15. Investigate the possibility of particle resonance. ما في resonance أصلا. 15 and 17 مش معانا, so let's cross them out. Okay, Okay, so 1, 4, 7, 11. 11 is this. And 7 is this. And 1 and 4. اوكي، بسويهم وانا بتسلى في الفاينل بس not now لانه ما بعرف. 5.4 وين 5.4؟ Okay, question 13. Let's do it. already أخذت صورة. Okay. Suppose that the mass is a mass snapshot بعرف شو is set in motion with. Find the position function xt and show its graph. اسحب على الجراف. So I want x of t. Okay, cool. So mx double prime plus cx prime plus kx equals 0 أو equals f of t إذا كان عندي external force. هون هلا عندي m is 10. c هلا هالمرة في عندي داب شوت أو dash pot. مش عارف شو dash pot أصلا. dab shot. I'm wondering if this is a word, dab shot. You know the dab? لا الداب اللي هو داب يا داب مهم. So 9 x prime plus 2x equals 0. ما في عندنا external force. So 10 x double prime plus 9x prime plus 2x equals 0. Okay, cool. 10r squared plus 9r plus 2 equals 0. Calculator. 10, 9, 2. So you get r equals negative 2 over 5. So that's r1. r2 is negative 1 over 2. هلا هون y1 is equal to e to the power of negative 2 over 5. y2 is equal to e to the power of negative 1 over 2. طبعا هون t و t. Again, these are x's, sorry. تعود على y. x2. Okay. So x of t is equal to c1 e to the negative 2 over 5t plus c2 e to the negative 2 over 5. Sorry, 1 over 2t. C1 e to the negative 2 over 5. Okay, cool. Find the position function. Okay, we found it. Oh, you mean كمان هدول؟ لأنه معطيني initial value. So 0 x 0 equals 5. So 0 is equal to e to the power of 0 is 1. So c1 plus c2 is equal to 0. We find the derivative, which is negative 2 over 5 c1 e to the negative 2 over 5t minus 1 over 2 c2 e to the negative 1 over 2t. This is 5, this is 1, negative 2 over 5 c1 minus 1 over 2 c2. This is a system of two equations. Two variables, two equations, so C1 is equal to negative C2. So 5 is equal to negative 2 over 5 plus C2 minus 1 over 2 C2. So 2 over 5 minus 1 over 2 is negative 1 over 10. So C2 is equal to 50. Let's check. Negative 50, sorry. Yeah, it makes sense because I multiply by negative 10. Okay. And C1 is equal to negative that number. So that's 50. So C1 is 50, C2 is negative 50. So x of t is equal to 50 e to the negative 2 over 5t plus or minus 50 e to the negative half t. So that's part A. Part B, find how far the mass moves to the right before starting back towards the origin. Okay, so the maximum is when the the velocity equals 0. So when does the velocity equal 0? Let's see, 0 equals, I think I need another slide for this because it's gonna be long, I suppose. يلا حبيبي خلصني. Okay. 0 equals, so the derivative equals 0, negative 2 over 5 C, sorry. We know C1 and C2, so let's substitute them. C1 is 50 and negative 50. So that's 50 e negative 2 over 5. Okay, خلينا أسويها على السريع. 50 times 2 over 5 is 20. So instead of this, we write 20. 20 e negative 2 over 5t. Negative half times negative 50. 25 plus 25 e negative half t. هلا هون wait, how do we do this? Heck. Can we do shift solve? Negative 20 e negative 2 over 5t plus 25 e to the negative 1 over 2t. يا رب يا رب أنقذينا يا آلة حاسبة. t equals loading, yes, 2.23 seconds. يا رب يقبلوها بالفاينل، ما بدي أحل صراحة. You know what, let's solve it, man. Don't be lazy. Negative 2 over 5t equals 25 e to the negative half t. Take len both sides, you'll get negative 2 over 5t times 20 equals 1 over t. Wait, hold a second. If I take len for this, then ln of 20 times this. I think so, because this will multiply by this. Yeah, I think so. Yes, and it will cancel the e. 2 over 5t times 20 equals negative أيوة t times 25. So we get what do we get? Divide imagine dividing by t. Is this right? Should we stick to the calculator وخلاص? Move this to the other side. Negative 2 over 5. What's 20 times 2 over 5? It's 8. So negative 8t. 25 over 2 is 25 over 2. So plus 25 over 2. T equals 0. Negative 8 plus 25 over 2 equals 9 over 2. T equals 0. So t is equal to 0. Bruh. So that's not right. والله ما بعرف بس انه يلا على حسب شو نسوي. 0 equals negative 20 e negative 20 2 over 5t plus 25 e to the negative 1 over 2t. Then t equals 2.23 seconds. This is the time when its maximum يعني it's stretched at its maximum يعني. So we plug it in this position function to get the position at that time. It makes sense. So we get the time when it's stretched to its maximum. Then oh, do you hear me? Sheesh, من زمان هذا. Like it was very low. Okay, sorry guys. أيوة. So we get x of 2.23. So that's equal to, oh, I need the full solution. Where's the full solution? This is it. $50 e is negative 2 over 5, 2.23 minus 50 e to the negative half, 2.23. So 4.1 تقريبا meters أظن. Yeah, I think so. صراحة ما في units, so I'll stick with 4.1 for now. But let's check our answer. Let's see. Yes, 4 point. هو أنا طلعت عندي 0 point يعني 4.0959. أنا قربت ل 4.1, which is fine. But I'm curious how they solved the len part. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's easy. No, you divide عند القسمة تطرح الأسس, so you get it normally. It's fun. So easy. Elementary algebra حتى مش. So 20 e negative 2 over 5t equals 25e negative half t. Then you divide. So you get 20 over 25. That's 4 over 5. بعدين negative 2 over 5 minus half. So that's 1 over 2. Sorry, 1 over 10. T equals what? Equals 1. So e to the 1 over 10 t equals 5 over 4. Now you do ln both sides. Ln 5 over 4. So t is equal to 10 times the ln 5 over 4. If we check it, 10 ln 5 over 4, 2.23. Okay, not bad. So that's question 13. Question 17, let's see. Seventeen with 21. With 24, what is 24? Critically damped. Show in this case that critically damped. And question 30, which, oh holy, I ain't gonna show that. خلاص بس 30, 24, 17 and 21, and that's it. We call it good for this section. 5.6 بشوف بعدين. But for now خلاص we call it good at question 21 إن شاء الله. So I can cancel these. Let's see, question 17. اوف 5.1 شوال، مع انه 5.1 كله كان homogeneous اللي كنا نسويه بالفirst step of solving ايش كان اسمه of solving non-homogeneous. Crazy. So what was the question? Free damped motion. The remaining problems in this section deal with free damped motion. In problems 15 to 21, a mass is attached in both of spring with given constant. Okay. The mass is determined whether the motion is overdamped, critically damped, or underdamped. If it's underdamped, write the position function in the form. Also find the undamped position function that would result if the mass of the spring initial condition. A figure that finally اسحبها هاي. Also find the undamped position function that would result if the mass were set in motion with the same initial اسحبها هذا شو هذا x of t. Let's try to find whether this is undamped or critically or overdamped. هذا اللي راح اسويه بهذا السؤال صراحة. I won't complete it يعني fully. It's simple. It's similar to what we did. يعني it's being repetitive now. So m x double prime or maybe I'll say x prime cx prime plus kx equals 0 أو f of t. m is 1, so x double prime x double prime plus 8x prime plus 16x equals 0. Now it's r squared plus 8r plus 16 equals 0. So 1, 8, 16. R1 is equal to negative 4. The two solutions are negative 4. So R1 equals R2 equals negative 4. So Y1 is equal to e to the negative 4x. Y2 is equal to, sorry, this is x again. X1 is equal to e to the negative 4t. X2 is equal to t e to the negative 4t because it's repetitive. X of t is equal to c1 e to the negative 4t plus c2 t e to the negative 4t. So x of t, x of 0 is 5, and x double prime of 0 is negative 10. X of 0 is 5, so that's 5. C1 plus TC2. Sorry, this is 0, then this is 0. Yeah, so C1 is equal to 5. And C2, we'll have to find the second derivative. The first derivative. So that's negative 4 c1 e to the negative 4t minus 4 c2t e to the negative 4t. So this is negative 10. At 0, it's negative 4 c1. When this is gone. So how do we find c2 then? The heck? Interesting problems. What is this? If this is 0, both will be 0. Oh, my bad. This involves the product rule. So let's call this F, let's call this G. So minus 4 c1 e to the negative 4t plus c2 e to the negative 4t minus 4 c2t e to the negative 4t. هلا صح. Okay, this is negative 10, negative 4 plus 0. لا wait, negative 10 هي 0 هي عفوا 1 negative 4 c1 plus c2, and this is 0. c1 is 5, so this is negative 10, negative 20 plus c2, so c2 is 10. حلو. هلا ايش بنسوي؟ نكتب ال final one, which is 5 e to the negative 4t plus 10e أو لا 10te negative 4t. هلا whether it's underdamped, critically damped ولا overdamped we will look at, because you know we're solving this using calculator, but يعني the correct way is to do the quadratic formula, which is it was negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a أظن. quadratic formula, yeah, negative b squared. Okay, cool. So what is a, what is b, what is c? This is a b c. هلا هو يعني للأمانة there's a shortcut، يعني إنه تقول c squared minus 4km وبس خلاص. So c squared is 8 squared minus 4 times k is 16, m is 1, so 8 squared minus 4 times 16, which is 0. So 0 is equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, then it's critically damped. If it's greater than 0, then it's overdamped. Less than 0, it's underdamped. So in this case, we have exactly equal to 0, so this is critically damped. And determine if it's underdamped, overdamped, or critically damped. Critically damped, it does, and it's, yeah, I took the e to the negative 40 as a common factor, so we get 5 plus 10t. Makes sense. Critically damped. Okay. خلصنا من هذا. آخر سؤال 21، بعدين هدول بحلهم لحالي إن شاء الله. I will. Wait, what was... okay, no. 21. Oh, find the undamped position function. What is the undamped position function? Wouldn't it be the same as like what we did fraud? I'm not sure. بعدين بشوف. بس ما أظن هيك يجي، يعني حده إنه يحكي لي والله you know find if it's underdamped، يعني determine، بس ما أتوقع يجي شغلات تانية. So we're good إن شاء الله. اوكي، هون عندي ام اكس طلب شي تاني هون؟ لا. اوكي، ام اكس double prime plus cx prime plus kx equals 0 أو f of t. So m is 1, so that's x double prime plus 10 x prime plus 125 equals 0. So the auxiliary equation is r squared plus 10r plus 125. This is x. Okay. Wow. Equals 0. r squared plus 10r plus أيوة equals 0. بعدين you use your calculator. 110 125. So that's r equals -5 plus minus 10i. حلو. هلا ال y أو sorry ال x1 equals e -5t cosine 10t yes, x2 equals e to the -5t sine 10t. ممتاز. So x of t is equal to the linear combination of these two, e to the -5t cosine 10t plus c2 e to the -5t sine 10t. ماشي. هلا هون x0 equals 6 and x double prime 0 equals 50. So this is 6 equals sine 0 is 0, so this term is gone. c1 is 0 is 1, so cosine 0 is 1, 1, 1. And then c1 is equal to 6. Yeah. And for c2, I have to find the... Oh, sorry, this is the first derivative. Did I write second derivative? This is the first derivative. Yeah. The first derivative of 0 the first derivative is, now this involves the product rule, so be careful. -5 c1 e to the -5t cosine 10t okay, plus c1 e to the -5t negative sign, so there's a negative here. It's negative c1 e to the -5t, and we have a 10 حتى, so 10 c1 e to the -5t sine 10t. okay, plus or minus 5 c2 e to the -5t sine 10t plus c أو لا 10 c2 e to the -5t cosine 10t. اوكي هلا هون 50 equals هون cosine is 0, so this is 1, this is 1, -5 c1. yes. هاي term راح وهون plus 10 C2. Yes. So negative 5. I have C1. We got it as 6. So this is negative 30 plus 10 C2. So 50 plus 30 is 80 equals 10 C2. So C2 is 8. Okay, so now x of t is equal to C1, which is 6 e to the negative 5t cosine 10t plus 8, which is C2, e to the negative 5t sine 10t. Now, whether it's undamped, now it's underdamped, whether it's undamped or not, it's damped because we have a damping coefficient. بس إذا هي underdamped ولا critically damped ولا overdamped, we have to compare c squared minus 4km. So c squared is 10 squared, which is 100, minus 4 times k, 125, times 1. So 100 minus 4 times 125, which is negative 400, which is a negative number. So if it's less than 0, then it's underdamped. Let's see, check. وهيك بنكون خلصنا 21. بيبقى علينا بس دول, which is not a big deal. وطبعا هدول ال 5.3 5.3 5.2 5.1 it's already covered in 5.5. يعني we solved many questions that include these 3 sections, فما راح أضيع وقتي على homogeneous questions. So it's underdamped, yes, and it's e to the negative 5t. They took it as a common factor, e to the negative 5t. 6 cosine 10t plus 8 sine 10t. Okay, we finished. Save, and we call it good. Ooh, that's a crazy study session. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Crazy. Hope you enjoyed. مع السلامة.